Hi, this is Paul, Trepacer. Welcome to my review of John Chisum. I promised in my vlog I was going to go see a movie, but I didn't go. I stayed uptown. So this movie, I saw two westerns, and the first review will be about this western, John Wayne Chisum, 1970s Chisum. Of course, this was directed by Andrew McLaughlin, who directed a lot of John Wayne westerns. And in this story, John Wayne plays John Chisum, a rancher, one of the leading founders of the town of Lincoln, and he, along with fellow rancher Henry Tunstall, they're local upstanding citizens. But of course, there's a new character in town, Forrest Tucker. His character plays Lawrence Murphy. He's a new guy who starts to buy the local banks and the local stores and starts putting his stamp all over the town. But of course, and he's crushing, and of course he has he's the bad guy in the story, and he has an ultimate plan, of course, to try to eventually push John Chisum out. Okay, but of course, this is John Wayne, of course, so we know that's not going to happen. Of course, but also introduced into this story is a young Billy Bonney, aka Billy the Kid, and also Pat Garrett is in this as well. Okay, now this movie, again, directed by Andrew McLaughlin, and this cast is a fantastic cast of actors in this. You have Forrest Tucker, of course. You got Christopher George in this. You got Ben Johnson, of course. He plays James Pepper, John Wayne, or John Chisum's right-hand man. You got Glenn Corbett, who plays Pat Garrett. You got Andrew Prine in this, who plays Alec McSweeney, a lawyer who comes to work for Lawrence Murphy. Then you have Linda Day George as his wife, Sue McSween. And you also have Jeffrey Dole, who plays the young Billy the Kid Bonney. And you also have, in this movie, Bruce Cabot. He plays the sheriff, the crooked sheriff that's on, Lawrence Murphy's side. Now, also in this movie is Patrick Knowles, who plays Henry Tunstall. He's sort of like a mentor. He's an older British character in this movie, a fellow rancher, friend to John Chisum, and he plays like a mentor to Billy the Kid Bonney. He gives him a start on his ranch and tries to teach him to read and tries to get him to run, on the straight and narrow. And what I love about this western is you got a mix of everything. You got the clearly defined bad guy in this, which is of course Forrest Tucker's character, who's trying to buy everything up. Has a crooked sheriff working for him. He hires local, basically bounty hunters. Christopher George plays Dan Newton, a local bounty hunter who has a kind of an axe to grind with Billy the Kid for having run into an incident with him later. And you have your good guys, John Chisum and Henry Tunstall. And Patrick Knowles, who plays Henry Tunstall, I didn't realize this. This is I think like the third or fourth time that I've seen this movie. I didn't realize Patrick Knowles, who's in this, who plays, he has gray hair in this movie and a mustache, and he smokes a pipe. I didn't even realize this Patrick Knowles is the same Patrick Knowles who was in the original 1941 The Wolfman. He plays the fiance of the girl that Lawrence Talbot becomes infatuated with and falls in love with. I didn't realize that because, of course, this movie's about 29 years later, so of course he's older. Of course, then you also have Glenn Corbett in here. He plays Pat Garrett. You know the history of Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid in there, and they touch upon that in this movie as well. And you also have I forgot the actress's name. Who there's a young actress in who plays John Chisum's niece, who comes to live with him, and she, of course, kind of has a kind of relationship with Billy the Kid. And she's sort of a mini triangle between her, Billy the Kid, and Pat Garrett. But again, the main thing about this western that you love, it's besides the fantastic cast that it has in it, it has your good guy, clearly defined bad guys, you clearly defined good guys, and then Billy the Kid is sort of a mix in there, sort of a trying to do the straight and narrow thing, and then circumstances kind of force his hand, and he has to make a decision. But this is a fantastic western. You have great fights, and it's the fact that you have shootouts. Murder. You have even a great fight towards the end of the movie between John Wayne and, of course, Forrest Tucker, which is fantastic to watch. And I really, really enjoyed this western. I love a good western, and this has all the great elements that you want in a western. And there's this great opening shot of this movie, and it has a song and a ballad before the movie starts, a little preamble explaining who John Chisum is, I think the guy who's singing this is James Conrad, Cannon, and and he's telling you all about the history of what John Chisum did and everything else. And then you have a great opening shot of John Wayne just sitting on top of a hill, overlooking his land, just looking at it, and just looks absolutely fantastic. It's just a great opening shot. And again, this movie is a classic Western to me. Just has all the John Wayne elements that you would want of a good Western. Bad guys, good guys, damsels in distress and shootouts, fights, crooked law enforcement, good guy law enforcement, and just it has everything. And I really enjoyed this movie. I'm gonna give John Wayne Chisum. This is a classic Western, but I love it. I'm gonna give John Wayne Chisum an 8.5. I really enjoyed it. This is probably one of his better Westerns, later day Westerns that he's done. Okay, it just has all the elements in it, and it even has this that sense of humor in this as well. And what you call it, Ben Johnson, who's a great character actor who makes it, he's John Chisum's best friend, James Pepper, and he always has something smart to say underneath his breath about when he disagrees with John Chisum and stuff. And it's funny. Ben Johnson's just great. He was a great character actor and just a great actor, period. And it's just fun watching him and the Duke on screen. Again, 8.5 John Chisum for me. Just fantastic. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you've seen John Wayne Chisum, let me know what you think of it. Feel free to leave comments down below. And if you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. And this is Trepacer saying so long and take care. Oh, wait a minute. I have another channel, excuse me, called Paul's Views and Opinions. I'll leave a link to that channel somewhere in here, so you can check that channel out. And also I have links to my Facebook and Twitter in the description box below, so please check those out as well. And this is Trepacer saying so long and take care.